Hey YouTube, coming at you with a viewer submitted battle from Poke Ryan, who is hitting too close to home here. So he's in the 2500 range, and he writes, I hit Legend a few times before, but I've been struggling in the Great League past few seasons. Please destroy my gameplay. Well, hello Ryan. We are also in the same sort of boat here with the Great League causing us problems here. So again, previous Legend who's having trouble, team is Whiscash, Skarmory, Tentacruel. So the Tentacruel is really throwing me, especially with this team comp. Whiscash, Skarmory, again, one of the oldest cores in the book. Again, it was Skarmory Swampert before. Mudboy, only weak to grass. Skarmory, Steel Flying, double resist grass. Skarmory, weak to electric. And then Whiscash will resist electric. Now, the problem I don't like is Tentacruel. For two reasons here. Three reasons. One, Tentacruel is just not that good in Great League to start with. Two is you add the double electric weakness. So if you're going to go ABB, that's fine. But three is you have a different subcomponent than Skarmory. So if you use Tentacruel as like a safe swap, you can draw out like a ground Pokemon as opposed to like an electric Pokemon, right? So that is where I see a potential issue with this team. But let's look at the gameplay to see if there's any other sort of flags that I can see off the bat here. So Vigoroth for Whiscash, kind of a neutralish lead. They'll get to the body slams first, but they do not throw, so potentially going to lower their attack before they do that. No lowering of the attack. They'll have back-to-back body. They're going to outpace you now. So the only problem is they will outpace you to these body slams. I don't think they can... maybe it's 6 and 4 too, or they're over farming. Instant swap into Skarmory. Skarmory is a very, very scary safe swap. Just being able to get punished by an electric is pretty rough. Like Lantern, Togedemaru, again, Magnezone. There's not a lot of them rolling around. So from that perspective, you could argue that it's an okay safe swap. But again, it's not just that. It's steals, right? If you get like a Registeel or something, they're resisting every single move. So I don't love Skarmory as a safe swap right off the bat. Shielding up some Hydro Cannons. And this is where just like the problems with Tentacruel comes in. It's pretty glassy in the Great League, right? You just shielded the resisted Hydro. And I have to shield that Body Slam, or else that was going to take you out. You got a Skull to take this out. Have we seen the last Pokemon yet for Alligator Vigoroth? And what is left here? Coming here, and again, just a little slow to get to the next move. Hydros will take you out from this range. And now with the Gligar, one Scald is not going to take them out, and they are very easily going to just get to the Aerial Ace to take you out here. Yeah, so the first thing I'd say is I don't know about Tentacruel in the Great League. I think it's, if you're going to use it in the Great League, it's more like limited cups. Empoleon, good lead here, so we'll just stay in here. They will get out into Annihilate. You don't have a... Going to chip here. I maybe have chipped with Skull to potentially lower their attack. Coming in here, that's fine. Counters resisted, but so is Poison Jab. So you got to go to the Skull. You'll have a Shadow Ball. Now you should outpace the Night Slash. Oh, no, you do not. You CMP. And now you're both just over farming. He could definitely just go Night Slash from this range. Or they can. I don't know what. Yeah, it looks like a he. But they let it go. And Empoleon comes in. Just going to go for the aggressive farm down. That's fine. Get this Scald off. This will chip it enough to put it in Mud Bomb range. No attack lore. You might want to wait out your Switch Clerk a little more. I may shield the Hydro, quite honestly. I think you shield that Hydro because you don't know what's in the back yet. Okay, well, you're just hard countering this, so it does not matter. You resist everything. Still, I probably would shield that Hydro just because a Shadow Empoleon is probably going to be one of the hardest hitting things that you see here. You do have such a dominating matchup with the Skarmory against the Gligar, though. And they let it go. So now they're just going to probably go for... I think that's right, because I think resisted Stealing probably takes you out. Now the question is, how fast can they get to these moves? You have to like shield this next one. Or else you're just going to get Steel Wing down resisted. You're just going to get Steel Wing down now. I think that Steel Wing registers and takes you out. Yeah. You can see that coming from... not a mile away, but you can see that coming. The thing I will say, and this happens a lot in matchups with resisted movesets. There's very few resisted fast moves and charge moves that don't consecutively add up over time. So I remember getting like, I guess the Poliwrath and Jellicent is the one that always comes up my time. You have a resisted counter with a resisted Icy Wind and a resisted Scald. And in a lot of those matchups, the Poliwrath still takes the Jellicent to like the yellow. And you can see that coming from my way there. If you, first of all, letting the Hydro go on the Whiscash, I don't know what charge moves are left, but I've got to imagine that not many are hitting harder than Shadow and Empoleon with Hydro Cannon. So from that perspective alone, I'm shielding Hydro Cannon. And the second thing is like, not shielding that Hydro on the Skarmory. You got to, again, I understand that Steel Wing is resisted by water on Whiscash, but your Whiscash was so low that it's just an easy sort of farm, not easy, but it was a farm down range capability there. So Coming Tentacle is a safe swap. They try and catch on a Steelix, so at least you'll now get to the Skull, potentially grab some shields here. They'll live one, so you need to get to another one, and now they can get to a Psychic Fangs. Such a bad move, but it's super effective, and you're pretty low. Yeah, I was going to say 1 HP live because you're not a Shadow. If you're a Shadow or they were Shadow, you would have been taken out, but you were both not, so live that. Grab a shield. That's nice. Now come in here. So, I think you need to watch your switch clock. I would go to like 2 Mud Bombs. I don't care about the damage I'm taking. Yeah. I don't care about the damage I'm taking. I'm just getting 2 Mud Bombs off here. No, I'm getting 1 Mud Bomb off here. Oh, they give up Switch. They tried to snipe and give up Switch in a bad matchup. So banking that energy is fine. Taking any move here is fine. Farm down. Let's see how much energy you're going to have coming out of this and how low they are. Bastiodon. Oh, this is rough. And you're so low already. That's why they did it, because force out your last Pokemon. I think they're just going to fast move down you. Yeah, they're just going to fast move down you now. There's not much you can do. That was tough alignment anyways, so I don't know how you come out of that, but that's a good lead. Again, this is an okay safe swap. Not safe swap, okay matchup, but like 2 Hydros will take you out. Oh, again, maybe not. Well, depends how aggressive they want to get with the claws. You're going to go Resisted Scald, hoping that it puts it just in Poison Jab range. They'll get to at least 1 more Hydro. They may get to 2 and force the shield back. And again, I said 2 Hydros will take you out. It'll be 2 Hydros plus a bunch of claws will take you out. But if they want, they could, well, they can't because they let it go. But if they wanted to, they could shield and farm you down with claws. But they decide to let it go. But again, look at that matchup, right? Resisted Hydros. I guess you have resisted moves as well, so it's just neutral fast moves. Get off a Scald. This will be nice chip and an attack fall. And then they give up Switch anyways. Okay. And now here we have a somewhat neutral matchup, but I guess advantage you with the Sky Attack versus like a Water Pulse, I guess. Yeah, it'd be close-ish. So they're going straight Night Slash. I would get off a Scald right away, see if they boost or not. They do not boost. Again, you're not, despite needing the double weak to electric in the back, you're not trying to draw out an electric, which could always potentially just like, if you see like a Lantern or something in the back, you're in trouble, but I guess you're just trying to roll the dice on that one. Just Mud Bomb in this range for sure. Enough to take out. Can you get to Scald? Yes, you can. This will be nice. And then I assume Tenters because you resist the counters. And here is your steel problem 2 that I mentioned. Skarmory has nothing for steals, so you are definitely staying in this matchup and trying to get as much damage as you can. I think you have to shield. Yeah, you got to shield the Zap Cannon. Try and get at least one. They lower. I don't know, but again, this is what I'm talking about. The Steel Wings resisted and Sky Attack resisted and Brave Bird resisted will still add up. At this point, you're probably only going to get one move off, so might as well just go Brave Bird. Yeah, you're only going to get one move off. I don't like the team. Like that. Honestly, the biggest issue is your team so far. I don't like Skarmory, Whiscash Core. Fine. Find one of the 50 other better safe swaps as opposed to Tentacruel, which adds a lot of issues with this team. Skarmory is not a safe swap. And here you are. Even if you're lucky, it's a Water Gun Lantern. But this is resisted. Again, I don't like Skarmory as a safe swap for this exact reason. You'll chip, but they are just going to go to 100 energy. They're going to make sure they have Thunderbolt to take you out, and they're going to make sure they have like a Surf and Water Gun to chip your Whiscash. So there's the Thunderbolt. You're going to come Whiscash. They're going to get at least one Surf off here. Oh, you have a move, so maybe they wouldn't have got it if you actually threw. I forgot how much energy you had. So now that if you have that much energy, I probably don't take that Surf. I just take this out so I don't have to take that Surf. So able to take it out. Out comes a Crest, which has probably most running Future Sight at this point. You better hope it has Moonblast. Okay, so it has Moonblast that they're running Grass Knot. They threw a Grass Knot. Charizard coming in, basically just sacrificing it. They should just let this go and sacrifice it because their win con. What are they doing? Their win con is Crest by a mile. So I have no idea why they're sacrificing, like coming in and shielding Charizard. They should be just sacrificing this Charizard and just running with Crest and enough to take you out. So you got to go to aggressive farm down. You'll have a couple moves, but Crest is so bulky and so much health left here. And now I think they'll just outpace you because another move won't take you out, but they'll get to 2 Grass Knots and take you out before you get to like a 4th move because they could take 2, 1 shield, and then 2 another move to take it out. So yeah, they're just gonna get outpaced. It's so tough for me right now because it's so funny because when I mesh matchups together, I can see whether you win or lose because I crop the front end and I crop the back end of the matchup. So I see if you win or lose, and I generally like people generally when they send me stuff send me a lot of like wins, which is hard to analyze wins. So I saw a lot of losses. I'm like, oh great, I can just like analyze this in depth. But it's tough to analyze your battles when your team flaws are the biggest issue on this and they're coming out in full force here, right? Getting killed by the Registeel because you had no answer to it. Having to use I wouldn't use Skarmory as a safe swap. I would use Tentacruel as a safe swap. But using Skarmory just to get beaten by the Lantern and just walled there. It just like it's tough to so I would say don't use Skarmory as a safe swap. Use Tentacruel. So that's a point of playing better, but it's tough to actually like analyze your battles when the team comp is just like killing you is the main thing. So that was a good fast move timing. There we go. Grab a shield. You can just match shields or you can just let this go. You'll live. And they now come Vigoroth, so instant swap, taking these resisted counters. You can take the first move. Obviously, just go straight Scald. You may have to shield 1. And this is where Vigoroth's spamminess just comes in play. I think you'll live if you actually want to just save the shields. But I think it probably would be better to shield 1 and try and farm down here. It's going to be close. You'll be in the red and you should be able to farm down. But it's going to be closer than you want it to be. Yeah, okay. So you do live. You should, if the Skeletor comes back in, you should be able to get a Scald off. And it is a Lantern, so they are really in trouble. They're ABA weak to Whiscash. So coming in here, being able to take the rest of this out. Your Skarmory's going to have problems with your Skeldurge, but yeah, you need to shield, because you're going to have problems with the Skeldurge on the back end here too. But getting off the Scald on the attempted snipe, yeah, they recognized what's going on here. And you got two weaknesses here. If they hit you with a Shadow Ball, this game's over, because they could just farm down with fast moves now. So you take it out here, but now you're just going to get Spark down. Yeah. Surfetched. This is a bad matchup, yeah. So getting out here is not bad, because you're just going to get paced here. Getting a Scald off will not take them out. An Earthquake may take you out, though. So now you lower their attack. So going to shield up anyways, in the assumption that an Earthquake will take you out, and you correctly called that. So that's nice. You'll get another Scald off. So at least you'll get a shield back, potentially lowering their attack for a second time here. So let's see what happens. You do grab a shield. So the thing is, you're going to lose anyways. So let's see if you live. You do not live. At this point, you need to go just and they try and snipe with if you're going to snipe with Surfetch, don't throw a counter. They're at least one move, and now you can just come and deal with this. If they have at best Night Slash, I don't like that. I mean, Night Slash, and these are going to add up. Surfetch is so glass cannon in this meta. And those counters are neutral, so those are adding up real quick on you. But depending what they have in the back, they're just trying to snipe you. So we're now back to the farm down range here, and it is a Zoom Roll in the back. So the Zoom Roll obviously has a great matchup against Whiscash. Does it have an okay matchup down a bunch of energy and down shield? I don't think so. Timing off there, I think. So I think I saw 3. Was that 3? Let me just confirm that that was 3 there. One, 2, 3. Yeah, that was 3. So 3 times 2 is 6 on their end. 3 times 2 is 6. So you just let a full bubble through. Throw, if you're on a 2 versus 3, throw on the odd ones. No, throw on 1, 4, not odds, 1, 4, 7 are the ideal fast move timings. Not odds. 1, 4, and 7 are the ideal fast move timings. Do not throw on 3 and 6 and 9. And then 2, 5, 8 is not the worst. So getting off another Mud Bomb, but again, you're just going to get out bulked here. I'm surprised they're throwing a move. They should just bubble down at this point. Charge Bug, so good lead here. Out comes a Gudra. I was about to say, you may want to chip. Maybe Steel Wing and Sky Attack will be able to take this out anyways. Going to shield up the super effective move. Yeah, Steel Wing's adding up a lot, so I guess you don't need to chip. Although maybe if you chipped, you could have Steel Wing down, but you should be okay. You're at back-to-back moves here, so throw a 1. Get that second shield if they shield right away. They do not. They're going to take shield advantage. Get the Brave Bird off. This will be really nice chip before you go down. They may sacrifice and just go to shield whichever in the back, because that is what I would do. So again, don't throw on 4. This one is odds 1, 3, 5, 7. And I almost saw you click there. Here's what you should do. You should throw 1 here. Get too close to us. I was gonna say farm up a bit more as they're getting to the move, and then sacrifice. So you have a little more energy, and then sacrifice this. Oh no! What are you doing? No, Whiscash is your win condition. Going to Scald, you do get the attack lower, so that is nice. Again, I understand that's a water gun, so it's a little slower to get to the Surf. I mean, to get to the Thunderbolt, and now you should be able to win anyways. Because I don't know why they shielded the assets. I mean, I guess Scald would hurt, and now you lower their attack enough. I still don't know if that's the right play. It worked out. I don't know. It's tough. Okay, so great lead, hard counter, switch here. Yeah, you should be farming up to 100 energy. Take all the resisted moves. Do not throw a move until you see at least 2 sky attacks full here. So yeah, you can throw it here to take it out. They're going to come back in with the Lantern. They're just going to get to the farm down. Going double sky attack, I think, here, as opposed to 1 Brave Bird. Oh, you do get to another Brave Bird. Okay. Nice. So that's nice. Combo here. They're going to obviously let this go. They have to just go 2 Shelbits in the back. It is a second grass, so this is just hard counter to throw the acid spray immediately to just lower their... They may get 2 frenzies off, but yeah, they're just hard counter, so there's not much they can do. Burning the shield on a legend jacket as well. That is multiple legend, because that is my exact out. It's not me, because I don't have a backpack on my avatar, but that is multiple legend outfits from them. Legend jacket, legend pants. I know they're hard countered, but I would not have shielded. Yeah, they're hard countered, so it doesn't matter, but shielding the superior there is interesting. Okay, so like I said, I think, well, fast move time, I saw you screw up a couple times, so just know your fast move table essentially. I got a video on that. Again, I need to start linking. I just got to find the link. I'm going to do that in my future videos. I got to start linking that. And then, yeah, I think Tentacle is just the odd. Like, Whiscash, Skarmory are great core. Just go pick one of the 15 other safe swaps that are better than Tentacruel that don't give you all these problems. So that's my main recommendation for this team. And then, yeah, a couple fast move timing things. Maybe a couple like win con strategy, but some of them you did actually end up winning. So maybe here's the thing with my analysis, because people have comments be like, oh no, that is the right play. They should have done that. I sometimes think there are multiple. Well, maybe sometimes I'm just wrong in my analysis, but also I do think there's probably multiple ways to play out certain matchups that could potentially provide you a win con. Sometimes there's more than one win con, and it involves more than one avenue, right? So sometimes when I say like, oh, you should do this, take that to mean this is the way I would play it, and here's the reason why I would play it that way. Doesn't necessarily mean that's like you must play it that way. I'm just giving you like my best opinion of how I would play out the matchup based on my 60,000, 70,000 plus battles that I've done between GBL and all these other things that I'm involved in. But yeah, take it or leave it. Thanks for the submission. Again, I saw so many submitted battles, so I'm just going to try and shoot a bunch of these videos to get out probably a couple Fantasy Cup teams and a lot of Great League teams this week. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.